Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing great. I'm Kirti Sophia Panachan, and in today's session we'll be dealing with parts of speech. What is parts of speech? Parts of speech are the classification of words categorized by their roles and functions within the structure of the language. They play different roles in the structure of a language, and every word could be considered as a part of speech. The part of speech is also known as word class, and there are 8 main parts of speech in English language. The 8 parts of speech in English are noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. Let's move on to noun. A noun is a person, place, concept, or an object. Anything that's a thing is a noun. We'll look into the examples. Basketball court, Kerala, Sachin, or government are nouns. Nouns fall into 2 categories mainly. The first one is common noun and the second one is proper noun. Let's look into what a common noun is. Common nouns are general names for things like plant and game show. But on the other hand, proper nouns are specific names for individual things like Jupiter or Christie. The second part of speech is pronoun. Pronouns are the words you substitute for specific nouns. While substituting, the reader or listener must know which specific noun you're referring to. Let's look at the example. You might say, Jack was supposed to be here at 6. Then following that sentence, we'll also say, he's always late. Next time, I'll tell him to be here on time. Instead of saying Jack's name 3 times in a row, we have substituted with the pronouns he and him. Even after substituting the name with the pronouns, we could see that the sentence remains grammatically correct. Adjective. An adjective is a word that modifies a noun or pronoun or describes its referent. Adjectives are the words that describe a noun. It denotes the quality of a thing named. To indicate its quantity or extent, we also use adjective, and it is also used to specify a thing as distinct from something else. So, in the examples we could see, while we say funny movie, it actually indicates the quality of the movie. The term funny is the adjective, and this adjective describes or denotes about the quality of the movie. The movie could be funny, could be serious, could be sad, and all those terms that I've told right now, the funny, serious, sad, all these are adjectives. The next example is long dress. In this word, we could see that long is the adjective. The reason is that it actually describes about the quantity or extent of the dress. And the last example is black bag. In this, black is the adjective, and this adjective actually distincts the bag from all the other bags. It is a black bag, so it is being distinctive. So that is what we call as adjective. Moving on to verb. Verbs are words that describe specific actions. Let's look at the example. Running, winning, writing, all these are verbs. All these verbs expresses literal actions. So verbs that refer literal actions are also known as action verbs. They are quite straightforward. But verbs also refer to other things such as feelings, possession, opinion, senses, desires, or states of being. These kind of verbs are known as non-action verbs. For example, I love my family. The orange tastes delicious. So in these, love and taste and all could be seen as a non-action verb, while I am listening to a bird singing. In this sentence, the verbs are action verbs. The next one is adverb. An adverb is a word that describes an adjective, a verb, or another adverb. Let's look at the examples. I entered the class quietly. In this sentence, quietly describes how that person entered the class. So, quietly could be considered as an adverb. The next example is Ramu is always faster than Rizwan. In this sentence, always describes how frequently Ramu is faster than Rizwan. So, in this sentence, always could be considered as the adverb. Preposition. A preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase. It shows direction, time, place, location, spatial relationships, or to introduce an object. So, prepositions are words like in, at, on, of, and to. It tells you the relationship between the other words in a sentence. Let's look at the example to get a clear idea of what a preposition is. I left my cycle leaning against the wall. In this sentence, against is the preposition because it clearly tells us where I left my cycle. The next example is, he put the cake in the oven. Without the preposition in, we won't know where the cake is put. So, preposition is extremely important in a sentence because it is actually the word that is used to join the sentences and have a relationship between the other words in the sentences. Conjunction. Conjunctions make it possible to build complex sentences that express multiple ideas. Let's look at the example. I like pasta. I like noodles. I don't like pizza. We have three sentences over here. All these three sentences express a clear idea, isn't it? But as an English speaker, it is not the most efficient way to convey your idea. So let's consider another way to express these things. I like pasta and noodles, but I don't like pizza. In this sentence, and but are the two conjunctions that link your ideas together. The last one is interjection. An interjection is a part of speech that demonstrates the emotion or feeling of the author. These words or phrases can stand alone or be placed before or after a sentence. Many interjections are followed by an exclamation mark. Let's look at the examples. Oh, you should have seen her dress. Phew, I passed the exam. So in these sentences, we could see that the interjections used are oh and foo. So in this session, we have dealt about the parts of speech in English language. I hope this session was fruitful for you, and thank you so much for sparing time to listen to my lecture. See you soon.